You may please be seated. The Governor of Lagos State and visitor to Lagos State University, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, who is joining us virtually. You can see him over there. If you look at the screen over there, it's there. The Deputy Governor, Lagos State. The Speaker, Lagos State House of Assembly. The Chief Judge, Lagos State. The Chancellor, Lagos State University. The President, Afrexim Bank, our convocation lecturer for today, who's also joining us virtually. Honorable members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Secretary to the State Government, the Head of Service, Lagos State, Chief of Staff, Lagos State Government, members of the State Executive Council, the Chairman and Pro-chancellor, Lagos State University Governing Council, and other members of the Governing Council. Chairmen of local governments, heads of other tertiary institutions here present, principal officers of Lagos State University, the distinguished Professor Peter Okebukola, members of the University Senate, top government functionaries and heads of ministerial agencies, provosts, deans of schools and faculties, directors of academic and service centers, heads of departments, religious and community leaders, chairmen and members of staff unions, the President, Lagos State University Student Union, and members of his ESCO, our world-class students, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the 24th convocation ceremony of the Lagos State University. The grand finale, of course, is holding today, and that will hold in two parts. The first part is a convocation lecture titled "The Future of Developing Economics in a Digital World," to be delivered by Professor Benedict Oke-Urama, the President, African Export-Import Bank. I want to plead with us that as we come up the stage to address convocation, to address this gathering, we try as much as possible to adhere to the time that has been allotted to each activity on the program. But you don't need to start to establish protocol, just adopt the protocol as already established by the registrar. I would also like to say that you would note that we have had to reschedule this ceremony on a number of occasions. And of course, this has affected the diaries of activities of some of the important persons that ought to be here today. And also more importantly, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it is essential for us to adhere strictly to the protocols as stated, as given by the NCDC. So some of the things that we'll be doing today will be done virtually. For example, the lecture this morning will be delivered virtually. And of course, some of the conferment of honorary degrees that will be done virtually, because all of our honorees are above 60 and their health is important to us. That is why we have agreed that we should do it online. On this note, let me invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Olanrewaju A. Adigunfagbomu, PhD, SAN, MPOM, to deliver his welcome address. Thank you.
Mr. Governor, the visitor to our great institution, Mr. Deputy Governor, all of the protocols duly established. My task is very simple. It is to welcome each and every one of us to this gathering. Today, Lagos State University is globally acknowledged as the second best university in Nigeria. Who made that possible? All of you here present. Every member of the LASU community. Those are the people who made up their mind that LASU must achieve the goals of the founding fathers. Today's event, as the registrar underscored, has been postponed thrice. But we thank God that we are here today and that each and every one of you, you are able to attend this with us. I want to give my special thanks to the president of Afrexim Bank, President Benedict Orama, on all the occasions that we had to get in touch with him to let him know that we are rescheduling the convocation again in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. He has ceded to our request without putting any pressure on us. And when we informed him that it will happen today, he was very comfortable with going ahead with us. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, on this note, I am proud to welcome each and every one here to this great event. Thank you and God bless.
It is my pleasure to invite distinguished Professor Peter Akinshola Okebukola, CFR, to introduce the convocation lecturer to this gathering.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State and visitor to our great university, Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, by the kind courtesy of our Vice Chancellor, it's a delight to present to you our convocation lecturer. As the Vice Chancellor said, Professor Benedict Okeorama was to be with us physically when the convocation was scheduled. And as Vice Chancellor said, on every occasion when we had a shift, this great man of Africa indicated that he'll be here with us. Today, he'll be here with us virtually. So it's my pleasure to introduce Professor Benedict Okeorama, a Nigerian national who was born on the 24th of July, 1961. He obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics from the University of Ibadan in 1983. He also obtained a Master of Science and PhD degrees in Agricultural Economics in 1987 and 1991, respectively, from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. He holds an advanced management certificate from Columbia University in the USA. I'm hoping that at some point, he will hold a degree from the great Lagos State University. His Excellency Benedict Orama, a professor of international trade and finance, worked as an assistant manager research at the Nigerian Export-Import Bank from 1992 to 1996, before joining the African Export-Import Bank as chief analyst in 1994. Sorry, that was 1992. He rose to the position of senior director Planning and Business Development Department in 2007. He was later appointed to the position of Executive Vice President, Business Development and Corporate Banking of the bank in October 2008. As Executive Vice President of Afrexim Bank, Professor Rama supervised the business development functions, namely trade finance, project and export development finance, syndications and specialized finance, and corporate finance and advisory services. He also supervised the research and knowledge management functions of the bank. Furthermore, he assisted the then president of the bank in overseeing the bank's strategic planning and international cooperation functions. It is therefore not surprising that Professor Benedict Okeorama was appointed as the president of the African Export-Import Bank in June of 2015. During the bank's 22nd annual general meeting of stakeholders held in Lusaka, Zambia, he assumed office in September 2015 as president and chairman of the board of directors of Afrexim Bank. Our 24th Convocation lecturer is a regular speaker at several trade and trade finance conferences around the world. He's chairperson of the Africa chapter of the International Factors Group. He serves on the editorial boards of the consultative board of the World Cocoa Economy of the International Cocoa Organization. And currently, he serves on the practitioner advisory board of the Institute for Trade and International and Innovation of Offenburg University, Germany. He's also a member of the Emerging Markets Advisory Council of the Institute of International Finance, on an executive committee member of the Factors Chain International, and is a fellow of the Institute of Credit Administration. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Rama has won several awards, including the Afrexim Outstanding Staff Award in 2010, the 2017 Banker of the Year Award of the African Banker and the Africa House Leadership Award of the New York University, 2018. Recently, Professor Orama was awarded by President Vladimir Putin of Russia on the 4th of November 2019 in Moscow, the national honor of the Order of Friendship of that great country, in recognition of the role that he played as head of Afrexim Bank under his leadership, under the leadership of within Afrexim Bank, in revitalizing trade and economic relations between Africa and Russia. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Olanrewaju Adigunfagbo, PhD, SCN, MPON, has this interesting habit of bringing the best as convocation lecturers during our convocation ceremony. So this is one of his trademarks. It's my pleasure to invite Professor, His Excellency, Professor Benedict Okeorama, who is married with 3 children, to present our convocation lecture. Thank you.
Faculty, graduates and their families, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am humbled by the unique opportunity to deliver a keynote on a most consequential subject within the context of the current global crisis, the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm most grateful for this opportunity. Lagos State University is one of those universities which together represent a watershed in the annals of university development in Nigeria, breaking the notion that leading universities can only be owned by the federal government, and paving the way for the major reform that sparked the proliferation of state and private universities. I pay tribute to the courage and vision of Alhaji Lateef Jakande and his government for paving the way for a dynamic future for Nigeria and Africa. I join you today virtually, unhindered by the by the federal government. I'm paving the way for the major reform that sparked the proliferation of state and private universities. I pay tribute to the courage and vision of Alhaji Lateef Jakande and his government for paving the way for a dynamic future for Nigeria and Africa. I join you today virtually, unhindered by the powerful destabilizing force of the COVID-19 pandemic, because we share Jakande's belief in the power of learning. I'm very pleased that His Excellency Governor Sanwo-Olu has kept the flag of education flying high in this state and in Nigeria. I also use this opportunity to congratulate the young graduates for passing the severe test of academic and behavioral excellence this university has become known for. You graduate at the most defining time in world history. It is times like this that great men and women are made from. You are about to transition into a world undergoing a rapid change. The type Eric Hoffer, an American philosopher, said breeds revolution, especially if those who are confronted with the change are prepared and provided with opportunities to become men and women of action. Today, the world is buffeted by multiple forces, creating uncertainties, challenges, and new opportunities. Unprecedented climate changes, the evolving dynamics of the global trading environment, the rising power of non-state actors, the coming into force and commencement of trading under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, a one-in-a-lifetime pandemic, and the ubiquity of digital technology are some of the forces of change we are experiencing today. COVID-19 pandemic has decimated thousands of lives, separated families, disrupted education and businesses, and sunk millions into abject poverty. It has also cemented digital technologies as indispensable parts of our daily lives, delivering positive changes to societies that know how to harness it. The era of physical offices and classrooms may be coming to an end. Meetings have now gone virtual, and e-commerce has grown several folds during this period. I must stress to our young graduates that how you relate to and deploy these technologies will determine how successful you can become in the highly complex and competitive global market. Your competitors are no longer just fellow humans, but also robots and supercomputers. You graduate to join the struggle for Africa's economic independence in a rapidly changing world. And as I said at Afreximbank's annual meetings in Moscow in 2019, unlike the political struggle some 60 years ago, the economic struggle will be fought and won differently. And I quote, instead of being trained in military camps, the freedom fighters for this new battle are being trained in technical schools and universities. Instead of fighting in trenches, this battle will be fought in factory floors and tech incubation centers. Instead of guns, the battle will be fought with ideas, hard work, and investments. While bravery was required for the political struggle, courage is a necessity for the economic liberation struggle. Technology are not armed guerrillas. Ideas are not bullets will constitute the potent forces for victory in this new struggle. And as with the political struggle, Africa needs partners that can support it to prevail. And the partnership we seek is one beyond aid and grant, but one founded on mutual respect and trust, win-win economic cooperation, and pursuit of shared prosperity. It is in the context of the foregoing, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that the topic of my speech, the future of developing economies in a digital world, is timely. Up until the 17th century, human society seemed to have been permanently caught up in the so-called Malthusian specter, a situation where the society was doomed to extinction by its inability to produce enough food to feed a rapidly rising population. Reverend Mathers wrote in 1798, and I quote, "Famine seems to be the last, the most dreadful resource of nature. The power of population is so superior to the power of the earth to produce subsistence for men that premature death must, in some shape or other, visit the human race." But what Reverend Mathers failed to recognize was the ability of man to break the constraints imposed by nature. The first industrial revolution brought the power of technology to the fore in the 18th century, thereby reshaping production functions and expanding production frontiers. The technological novelties of the era allowed society to produce and transport goods more efficiently and at a faster pace than hitherto. Although the impact of technological advancements on economic growth and development was known as early as the 18th century, it wasn't until the mid-20th century that it became an integral component of economic growth models, following the pioneering work of Robert Solow in the 1950s. In the 1980s, indigenous growth models emerged and provided deeper insights on the role of technology in fostering economic progress. Some key conclusions that can be drawn from the numerous studies on the relationship between economic performance and technology include that the pace of economic growth is a direct function of the state and rate of technical progress. In other words, as the development economist Schumpeter argued, it is technological progress, continuous innovation, and inventions that can keep an economy moving forward. That technological change is more important than capital accumulation in explaining economic progress. That technological change, factor endowment, and growth reinforce one another through externalities and spillovers. To understand the extent of transformation digital technology is unleashing on the world. Permit me to briefly take you back to the evolutionary path of industrialization. The first industrial revolution between the mid-18th century and 19th century, marked by the discovery of the steam engine, gave rise to the idea of the factory and the urbanized society. It facilitated the attainment of economies of scale through concentrated manufacturing and distribution. As a result, the large textile factories that manufacture tons of fabrics replaced the spinning looms operated by individuals at their homes and in cottages. The second industrial revolution was marked by the discovery of the potential of fossil fuel and electricity. In the second industrial revolution, economies of scale made possible consequential inventions such as the automobile and the light bulb. The third revolution was defined by discovery of computers. Advancements in the field of electronics in the 1960s introduced automation to the production process. The usage of machines with superhuman computational capacity made production cheaper, quicker, and more precise. Building on the achievements of the third industrial revolution, we are in the midst of the fourth revolution, a mere half a century later. The fourth industrial revolution is mostly driven by digital technology, including the internet, ICT infrastructure, robotics, machine learning, 3D printing, artificial intelligence, and others. Digitalization has become an important source of economic transformation, even among developing countries, which has enabled them to leapfrog traditional growth trajectories and allowed countries to circumvent structural barriers to economic growth and development. Before proceeding, I must quickly bring clarity to two terminologies that are often used interchangeably, but which have different meanings, and these are digitization and digitalization. Experts have defined digitization as the conversion of analog to digital, or the internal optimization of processes. For example, work automation, paper minimization, which results in cost reductions. Digitalization, on the other hand, is the use of digital technologies and digitized data to impact how work gets done, to transform how customers and companies engage and interact, and to create new revenue streams. So in other words, digitalization is a strategy or process that goes beyond the implementation of technology to imply a deeper core change to the entire business model and the evolution of work. Digital technology, the engine of the fourth industrial revolution, is having tremendous impact on the way we live and work, and is altering production processes. The COVID-19 pandemic is set to accelerate these changes. Let me give you a few examples. Production processes enabled by digital technology will make it possible for shoes, clothes, toys, and so on to be manufactured in garages and delivered directly to the individuals or sold on e-commerce platforms. 3D printing will make it possible for shoes, clothes, eyeglasses, and so on to be manufactured seamlessly at our own homes and sold through digital platforms. Digital technology may soon make large studios for musical recording obsolete. Classrooms may soon become unnecessary, as increasingly a professor can be in his or her apartment and teach numerous students real-time all around the world. With the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, many schools and universities, and including LASU, are using digital platforms to teach students, host seminars, and conduct educational activities. You are listening to me today due to the power of digital technology. It wouldn't have been possible 2 decades ago. Today, a complex surgery can be performed on a patient by a surgeon thousands of miles away. Again, even in developing countries, remote consultations with doctors have increasingly gained ground as travels halted due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Businesses do not need physical offices, as a telephone, iPad, or laptop computer can more than serve that purpose. Nor do you need a television studio to start your own television channel. And bank branches are disappearing because we can access most banking services digitally. If I had said this earlier in the year when I was scheduled to deliver this lecture, it would sound futuristic. Today, with the COVID-19, they sound so ordinary. To further reflect on the power of digital technology, I invite you to consider that the major digital platforms created during the last 3 decades have market values greater than multinational corporations created about a century or so ago. These new global corporate giants represent the kinds of companies that will shape our future. Permit me to cite a few examples. Unilever was founded in 1929. After about 90 years of existence, Unilever made a revenue of about $60 billion in 2018. Nestle, founded in 1866, made a revenue of $93 billion after more than 150 years. Similarly, Johnson & Johnson, the pharmaceutical giant, founded in 1886, made a total revenue of $42 billion in 2018. Conversely, more recently created digital companies such as Facebook, Google, Amazon, Alibaba reached these revenue milestones in less than 3 decades. For example, it took Facebook, a social media and technology company founded in 2004, only 14 years to make $70 billion. Alphabet, the parent of Google, founded in 1998, made a total revenue of more than $138 billion in 2018. Amazon, an e-commerce platform founded in 1994, made a total revenue of $141 billion in 2018. And another e-commerce platform, Alibaba, founded in 1999, made an astonishing $250 billion in 2018. In terms of market valuations, Amazon, Facebook, Alibaba, each has valuations in multiples of the valuation of old economy icons, such as oil giants, Mobil, and Shell. Apple's market valuation in 2019 amounted to $260 billion, equal to the nominal GDP of 34 African countries. As you might have noticed by now, the fourth industrial revolution, driven by digitalization, depends heavily on mobile technology and internet connectivity and penetration. Digital technologies hold the promise to bridge the development divide between the advanced and developing countries. For Africa, digitalization offers tremendous opportunity to accelerate the development process. The McKinsey Global Institute estimates that if governments and the private sector continue to build the right foundations, the internet could transform sectors as diverse as agriculture, retail, and healthcare, and contribute as much as $300 billion a year to Africa's GDP by 2025. Today, Africa is on the path for change, thanks to digital technology. Permit me to share some of the evidence. The greatest impact of digital technology on Africa is the transformation of the continent's financial system. Its impact in fostering financial inclusion and contributing to formalization of the informal sector has led to regulatory changes in banking, money transfer transactions, and related services worldwide and in Africa. The introduction of M-Pesa in 2007 and intra-country money transfer scheme in Kenya, the first of its kind in the world, revolutionized payments throughout the world. Digital technology is helping to universalize access to decent healthcare, helping to bridge the gap between urban and rural areas. In Ghana, Rwanda, and elsewhere, drone technology is being used to deliver blood and drugs to remote villages. Some countries are beginning to explore the use of telemedicine to facilitate better diagnosis and treatment of diseases, including surgery, and extending healthcare to the remotest parts of their countries. We've also seen progress being made in productivity improvements in Africa's agriculture through digitalization. In Nigeria, for instance, FarmCrowdy, an online platform, is offering farmers extension services and enables smallholder farmers to access credit directly from investors and credit institutions. Digital technology is also helping to diversify the sources of development finance. In 2015, $70 million was raised by Africans via crowdfunding. Beyond crowdfunding platforms, there are numerous fintechs that can use artificial intelligence to predict defaults and are thus able to offer small credits to traders, farmers, and SMEs. These positive developments reflect the potential of digital technologies to transform Africa's economy by leapfrogging the current and perennial challenges of limited infrastructure and access to finance. How these benefits are harnessed depends on the preparedness of both the public and private sector entities in building national and regional capabilities. To do so, we need to improve digital proficiency among African youth, equip educational institutions with technologies, processes, systems, and competencies to impart digital curricula and knowledge required in the new and increasingly ubiquitous digital world. We have to continue to promote access and expand investments in the installation of internet infrastructure and make concerted effort to promote innovation and digital economy at national and continental levels. I will end my speech by providing perspectives on how Afreximbank is harnessing digital technologies to transform the continent's financial landscape and the conduct of trade within the continent. Afreximbank is well aware of the transformational potential of digital technology. It is therefore creating a digital ecosystem called the African Trade Gateway that will eliminate major bottlenecks to trade and financial flows within the continent. We estimate that when completed, the platforms could triple the share of intra-African trade in Africa's total trade and formalize significant proportions of the over $40 billion of annual informal cross-border trade in Africa. The ecosystem we are building under the Trade Gateway includes a Pan-African payment and settlement system, which we call the PAPS, a customer due diligence repository platform, also known as the MANSA platform, a trade information portal, a trade and investment regulations platform, and an Afreximbank credit application platform. The Pan-African payment and settlement system, the PAPS, has been developed to facilitate payment and settlement of cross-border trade in the 42 African currencies we have today. This reduces the foreign currency cost of the trade. PAPS is expected to be piloted in 6 West African countries by January 2021, with continent-wide adoption between 9 to 12 months afterwards. Very soon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it will be possible for a Kenyan to buy a film from Nollywood, pay a Kenyan shilling, or the Nollywood actor gets the naira. The PAPs and the other platforms will be essential to expanding trading under the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. In the midst of the COVID-19, the power of digital technology was also in full view. Access to and the equitable distribution of medical supplies, including personal protective equipment, test kits, and others, was a major challenge to most African countries at the onset of the pandemic. Afreximbank, in collaboration with Mr. Strive Masiyiwa, the African Union Special Envoy on COVID-19 procurement, UN Economic Commission for Africa, African CDC, and other partners have developed the African Medical Supplies Platform, which I encourage you to go to your internet and visit. This platform enables pooled procurement of medical supplies, ensuring that smaller countries benefit from reduced prices arising from aggregated volumes under such pooled procurement strategy. Ensuring equitable access to these essential supplies was critical to containing the pandemic. That is what the AMSP offered Africa, and that is what it will still offer Africa as vaccines become available. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to use this opportunity to inform our young and enterprising graduates to take advantage of the array of opportunities that exist at Afreximbank. We recognize that education and skills development are necessary for economic development. That is why we are talking about digital technology today. In this regard, in the bank, we have a well-equipped knowledge center and a number of capacity development programs. We have a well-functioning internship program for young students looking for practical experiences in international trade and trade finance. Many Nigerian students have benefited from this, and I hope students from Lagos State University can take advantage. We are putting in place an incubation lab to support innovation and to help bring innovation products to market. And I want to announce here our plan to support 5 best innovators in a way that is revolutionary. I can help them bring their products to market. I can help them make the investments they need to become digital entrepreneurs. We're implementing a junior professionals program that exposes beneficiaries to business opportunities across Africa. In the sphere of training and capacity development, the bank is working with the Africa Capacity Building Foundation and other partners to introduce into university curricula a program on trade finance, especially structured trade finance. I encourage the young graduates of this university to explore the opportunities under the bank's internship and the junior professional programs. For the university, we look forward to collaborating with you in joint research and capacity building programs. We also invite you to consider applying to be considered under the Afreximbank/Africa's Capacity Building Foundation program on trade finance. Finally, please permit me to once again extend my appreciation to the visitor, His Excellency Governor Sanwo-Olu, as well as the Chancellor and the Governing Council of the University for honoring me with this unique opportunity. And to the students, I leave you with the same message I left the students of Nnamdi Azikiwe University a few months ago. It is a quote from a speech delivered in 1910 by Theodore Roosevelt, President of the United States, in Khartoum, Sudan. He said, and I quote, "Do not make the mistake, those of you who are young men, of thinking that when you get out of school or college, your education stops." I must add also that this applies to young women. I continue my quote. On the contrary, it's only about half begun. Now, I'm 50 years old, and if I had stopped learning, had stopped trying to better myself, I feel that my usefulness to the community will be pretty nearly at an end. And I want each of you, as he leaves college, not to feel, now I have had my education, I can afford to vegetate. I want you to feel, I have been given a great opportunity of laying deep the foundation for a ripe education. And while going on with my work, I'm going to keep training myself. So year by year, decade by decade, instead of standing still, I shall go forward and grow constantly fitter and do good work and better work. This is a very powerful advice I must give every man and woman graduating today and every student aspiring to be a graduate. You must get out of here knowing that what you have is just the foundation. Your success depends on how you're able to continue to improve yourself, to use the lessons learned in this wonderful university to improve the lot of your community. And while improving the lots of your community, to make your life better for yourself and your families. I thank you for your kind attention and look forward to being with you physically when we finally put this pandemic behind us.
It is my pleasure to invite the Chancellor of Lagos State University, who is also going to be ceremonially installed today by the visitor, Professor Bolawon Elias, SAN, to give his comments. He is the chairman for this session. I invite Professor Bolawon Elias.
Distinguished guests, Deputy Governor, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased and honored to be here today speaking to us all. We may recall that some years ago I was on the governing council for... Sorry? Sorry, if I may restart. Distinguished Deputy Governor, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased and honored to be here today making this speech. If you recall, I was a part of the governing council many years ago in this university. It was a great honor. It is a great university. I'm very proud and privileged to be associated with it. I particularly congratulate the Vice Chancellor and everyone else here present in management and part of the university for the enormous progress that has been made in the past several years. The plan is to maintain and even increase the momentum of that and to increase the participation of both the state government and the alumni in taking the university to even greater heights. Everybody's support will be needed on this, and I hope that it will be forthcoming. Reaching out to a distinguished African leader like Dr. Rama to do the commencement here today is a sign of the current thinking, the current philosophy. It is entirely commendable. And I say again, the support of everyone will be required to take the university to even greater heights in the years coming. Enormous progress has been made, but there's plenty of room to do even better. Thank you very much again. I'm very honored to be here.
If you look over there, you'll see that the governor has been with us for the last 1 hour. We know he's very busy, but he has opted to stay with us from the beginning of the program all to the end of the program. Mr. Governor, we thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you so very much, sir. We'll move to the second session of our events for today, which will have presentation of the visitor, installation of the chancellor, admission to PhD degrees, conferment of distinguished professor and honorary degrees on eminent personalities. Let me therefore invite the Vice Chancellor to present the visitor to this gathering.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present to you the visitor to the Lagos State University, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State.
The next is the installation of the Chancellor. Mr. Governor, you can sit, sir. The visitor, sir. Schedule 1, Section 1 of Lagos State University Law 2004 as amended provides for the office of the Chancellor as follows. The university shall have a Chancellor who shall have such functions as shall be prescribed by the law and hold office for 5 years unless he resigns or is removed from office, and unless so removed, shall be eligible for reappointment for a second and final term of 5 years. The Chancellor shall, unless where the contest does not so permit, delegate any of his functions in writing to the Pro-chancellor, provided that any such delegation shall be revocable at will and shall not preclude the Chancellor from exercising any of these functions. The Chancellor shall request information concerning the general conduct of the affairs of the university from the Pro-chancellor and the Vice-chancellor, whose duty it shall be to provide same. Schedule 1, Section 1, subparagraph 1 of the Lagos State University Law 2004 as amended also stipulates that the Chancellor shall be appointed by the visitor to the university. I now call upon the visitor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State, to formally install the Chancellor and present him with his instrument of office. I'm sorry, sir. Before I invite the governor to do that, I would invite the university orator to first read the citation of Mr. Chancellor before we have the governor installing. Thank you so very much.
Your Excellency, sir. Professor Bolahan Elias is a partner at G. Elias & Co., a leading business law firm in Lagos, and works in the fields of mergers and acquisitions, dispute resolution, the capital markets, finance, energy, projects, and telecommunications. He read law at Oxford University with laurels and 4 degrees, including a doctorate degree in 1989. He was called to the Nigerian and New York bars in 1981 and 1990, respectively. He became a senior advocate of Nigeria in 2005. He was a junior research fellow at Merton College, Oxford, from 1986 to 1989. He has written a book and many articles and has been a much sought after speaker at professional events. He was a member of the LASU Governing Council for 2 terms up to 2014. He has also been a visiting professor at Babcock University in Lishan since 2013. He has been the chairman of the Lagos State Law Reform Commission and a member of law reform efforts at both the state and federal levels on subjects as diverse as shipping regulation, civil procedure, trusts, and arbitration. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Professor Gbolahan Elias, SAN, Chancellor, Lagos State University.
Professor Gbolahan Elias, SAN, will you pledge that throughout your tenure of office, you will uphold and preserve jointly and severally the statutes, the liberty, the custom, law, and privileges of the Lagos State University completely, faithfully, and without partiality, without favor, as much as lies with you. In like manner, will you perform faithfully all the functions of the Chancellor, the highest office of the university?
I do. I promise to perform my duties faithfully and diligently as the Chancellor of Lagos State University.
Thank you. I, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State and visitor to Lagos State University, having duly appointed you, Professor Gbolahan Elias, SAN, in accordance with the powers conferred on me as visitor to Lagos State University, now have the greatest pleasure to formally install you as the 5th Chancellor of Lagos State University. Now have the greatest pleasure to formally install you as the 5th Chancellor of Lagos State University and to present you with the scroll containing the university laws. I heartily congratulate you on this appointment and wish you every success. Good luck.
Constitution of the Congregation for Convocation. The Lagos State University Law 2004, as amended, Statute 5 empowers the university to hold convocation for conferment of degrees. It also provides that the Chancellor shall confer degrees and other academic titles and distinctions of the university. I have the honor to invite the Chancellor, Professor Bolaon Elias, SAN, to constitute the congregation for the purpose of awarding Doctor of Philosophy degrees, conferment of distinguished professor, and honorary degrees.
By the power vested in me as a Chancellor, I hereby constitute this assembly as a congregation of Lagos State University. The university will confer doctorate degrees on students of the faculties of Arts, Education, Management Sciences, Transport, and the Center for Environmental Studies and Sustainable Development, CESSED, who successfully completed the programs in the 2018/2019 academic session. The university will also confer distinguished professorship and honorary degrees on deserving Nigerians who have distinguished themselves in different areas.
Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to invite you, sir, to address the convocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will not be reading a prepared speech. We know that in the distant past, the university, LASU, has had a controversial history. It was known for upheavals of all kinds and other matters. As I mentioned earlier, tremendous progress has been made, and I particularly commend the current Vice Chancellor and current management for having put LASU very, very firmly on the world stage. The intention is that LASU should not only remain on that stage, but should rise higher on it. I believe that you have a governing council that is perfectly capable of doing that, and everybody has to support them in that effort, not just from the part of the government, on the part of the Senate and the professors, but also the student body, and perhaps, to my mind, most critically, the alumni of the university. A great deal more emphasis has to be put on getting the alumni to move the university forward. I do not believe that we have anything like a leading international university in the Western world that does not have the full support of the alumni behind it. We must find a way to make progress with that. On my own very crude and elementary arithmetic, LASU has been in existence now for nearly 40 years. There have been many generations of alumni. Even if all that each of them is contributing to support the university is something like 10,000 naira a year, it can be very, very transformative. I'm appealing to all of the stakeholders in the university to join in the effort to take the university forward. The government, as I've mentioned, the Senate, the student body, but more importantly than anybody else, the alumni. The alumni are the greatest ambassadors of the university, and I believe that they are the single largest mass of people who can muster the enthusiasm and the economic prowess that are needed to take the university to greater heights. I'm here in an entirely non-executive capacity, as you know, largely ceremonial. But everything that I can do to mobilize the alumni, working with the management of the university, I will do. I think that is by far the most pressing It is by far the most pressing item on the agenda now to take LASU to a very different level and keep it there and keep it continually rising. I hope that everybody will join hands in this effort. Again, I thank the Vice Chancellor for his stewardship in the past few years. I thank the professors and the management for having supported him in that effort. And I absolutely thank the state government, not only for my own appointment here, but for the tremendous support that they have been giving the university over the years. The Vice Chancellor joins me in recognizing that support and in thanking the Mr. Governor and the Deputy Governor for it. We'll expect it to continue and to increase. We'll be asking you for more, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to invite the Vice Chancellor, sir, I hereby invite those universities who have sent congratulatory and goodwill messages to Lagos State University on this occasion of the 24th convocation ceremony of the university to present their messages through their accredited representatives. I'd like to announce that we have a Vice Chancellor here with us in person, but others have sent in their goodwill and congratulatory messages to us much earlier to be played to convocation because, of course, of COVID-19 pandemic. I invite the Vice Chancellor, Anchor. I invite the Vice Chancellor, Anchor University, to present his goodwill message. So, technical department, please let us quickly play the videos. Okay, there's another person. Okay, we also have the goodwill message from Association of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities. Thank you so much. Technical department.
Right. On behalf of I want to especially congratulate Lagos State University on this auspicious occasion of its 24th convocation ceremony. 4 years. Over the years, I've seen significant progress of LASU, particularly for a state. I know with the Vice Chancellor, really charting the course of the university's history and hardworking management, staff, and students. I know this time. Prayer is that Lagos State University will go from glory to glory, from one achievement to the other, and that what we will continue to hear from LASU will be good news of progress. Once again, on behalf of Caleb University in Montreal, Lagos, I say a big congratulations on this special occasion. God bless you.
I, Professor Anthony Alaba Akinwale, Vice-Chancellor, Dominican University, Ibadan, congratulate my brother Vice-Chancellor, Professor Lanrewaju Adigun Fagbon, Vice-Chancellor of Lagos State University, on the occasion of the 24th convocation ceremonies of the university. And through him, I'd like to congratulate the convocating students. Lagos State University has a history of contributing to the development of Lagos State in particular and of Nigeria in general. And so, dear convocating students, your university degree offers you a unique privilege to contribute to the development of our fatherland. I wish you all the best as you move on in life.
I take this opportunity to felicitate with the Lagos State University on the occasion of the 24th convocation ceremony, which is coming on these unusual times, courtesy of COVID-19 and the decisions thereabout. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, Council, Senate, staff and students of Fountain University of Osogbo, the university from the Fountain of Knowledge, I wish to send sincere felicitations to the authorities, students, and of course the graduates of the Lagos State University on this auspicious occasion. And of course to identify with the spectacular successes that the university has recorded under the leadership of Professor Larry Fagbon in the past 5 years, and to use this occasion to wish all the graduating students the best of times, and to wish them the best of luck in all their future endeavors, and of course to congratulate the staff members, the lecturers, academic and non-academic staff, and of course all the members of the Council of Lagos University as well for being part of this historic occasion, and to wish them all the best of times and the best of God favors now and always. So once again from Fountain University, Osogbo, we congratulate you all and wish to identify more with you, to collaborate with the university more and more in the future in all areas of endeavor. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Governing Council, management, Senate, staff, and students of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, I, Dr. Bola Adekola, the Registrar of the University, wishes to felicitate with the Governing Council, Senate, staff, and the entire students of Lagos State University Ojo on the occasion of your 24th convocation ceremonies. We heartily rejoice with the graduating students for the success recorded in their academic pursuits and wish them the best of their future endeavors. We also wish your institution many more years of groundbreaking accomplishments. It is our prayer that the Almighty God will guide the proceedings of the ceremonies, crown it with success, and grant all your distinguished guests journey mercies to their respective destinations. Congratulations.
This goodwill message is from the Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Joseph Adeola Fowakwe. It's being presented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, Professor Dejiro Fosogunshemi. On behalf of the Governing Council, Senate, management, staff, and students of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, I facilitate most warmly with Lagos State University of Jos, Lagos State, on the landmark occasion of our 24th convocation ceremony.
In the socio-economic circumstance of our nation, Nigeria, where the cost of running a university is poorly understood and most of the people want university education free, it is a tough job to maintain a public university for almost 4 decades. It is even more difficult for the universities that were funded during the period when the price of our sole source of foreign exchange, oil, had taken a downward plunge. So it is a credit to the managers of these peculiar universities, of which LASU is one, that the institutions are not only kept running, but are also making their marks in the community of universities. It is gratifying to note that LASU is in the uppermost 10th percentile in the ranking of about 200 universities in Nigeria. This is very commendable against the backdrop of the social, political volatility of the ambience of Lagos State. Year 2020 in particular came with its peculiar challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic and the social upheavals in Nigeria with Lagos as the epicenter. And so, being able to conduct this 24th Convocation ceremony is not only praiseworthy, but it is also a confirmation of the axiom that where there is a will, there is always a way. I rejoice with the graduates of today, whom I'm convinced have received rich training in character and learning to add value to our society. One thing that clearly marks out the present generation of scholars is the ability to deploy information technology in solving a wide range of problems. I wish to enjoy the graduates to use the information technology tools very positively for the growth and development of our dear nation, Nigeria. I will also enjoin the graduates to remember that they are the de facto public relations officers of LASU wherever they go. While wishing LASU more glorious years ahead, please accept my sincere expression of warm felicitations. Thank you.
Board of Trustees, Council, Senate, staff and students of Paradise University, I, Professor Adeniyi Olatuboso, the Vice Chancellor of the University, felicitates with Lagos State University on its 24th convocation ceremonies taking place at the university. Over the years, the Lagos State University have shown exemplary leadership in terms of promoting academic culture and ensuring that the products of their school have played significant role in human development and human capacity in Nigeria and abroad. And on this occasion, we would like to felicitate with the dynamic Vice Chancellor of the university in person of Professor Honorary Adegun, SAN, who has in the last 5 years have demonstrated uncommon courage, resilience, and also shown elements of dynamism in ensuring that the school has gotten to a greater heights over the years. We commend and salute his boldness, his courage, and his vision for the university. No wonder the university has taken a place in the committee of universities in Nigeria and all over the world. And it's on this occasion that we, in Paradise University, want to associate with the dynamic Vice Chancellor, Professor Fagbon, for his contributions towards ensuring that the university gets to a greater height. And more importantly, this occasion is also significant in the sense that we are just coming out of COVID-19 pandemic, which has also turned around the outlook of university education globally and also in Nigeria as a nation. Despite the challenges to which this COVID-19 has brought into our educational sector, it is with great pride that we associate with the leadership and the management of Lagos State University under the leadership of Professor Pagbo for all they have been able to do in ensuring that the school gets to greater heights. So on behalf of the founder, the council, board of trustees, senate, staff and students of Paradise University, would like to felicitate with the Lagos State University on the occasion of its 24th convocation ceremonies and prizes and awards. Awards or prizes in that regard. So we proceed with also the visitor of the school as well as the council of the school. All they have been trying to do to ensure that the university are taking a place of pride in the committee of universities in Nigeria, globally as well. Thank you. God bless you.
On behalf of Council, Senate, management, staff, and students of Osun State University, please accept my hearty congratulations on the occasion of the 24th convocation ceremony of your university. Lagos State University has made great impact in the areas of teaching, learning, and research, and has been a major player in the provision of high-quality university education in Nigeria. It has also exhibited its commitment to adding a distinctly moral dimension and values to tertiary education in this country. Osun State University, under my watch, is pleased to celebrate with you as we send forth into the world another batch of pure graduates. We are sure that these graduates will make worthy additions to the human resource capacity of this nation, and that they will be able to hold their own anywhere they find themselves in the world. We are particularly delighted about the remarkable exploits of my friend and brother, Professor Lariwaju Fabio, in the last 5 years, which have placed Lagos State University on the global map. We shall continue to wish you and the university well as we exit as Vice Chancellor. Kindly extend our congratulations to the graduates, their proud parents, and guardians. Mr. Vice Chancellor, please accept the assurances of my highest consideration.
Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to invite the Pro-chancellor, Professor Adebayo Ninolowo, to address convocation.
I'm taking this off, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want to be recognized as Lagbaja. We do apologies to the Deputy Governor, please. I feel highly delighted and humbled to, and on behalf of the 11th Governing Council of this great university, welcome you all, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to this auspicious occasion, the 24th convocation ceremony of this renowned citadel of learning, located in the center of excellence, Lagos State. Please appreciate Lagos State now. Thank you very much. I welcome in a very special way the Executive Governor of Lagos State and visitor to Lagos State University, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, who is joining us digitally or virtually in compliance with the pandemic protocol, who is also attending this solemn occasion as a visitor for the first time. The university is indeed very delighted to have such a man of great repute, understanding, cerebral, and cognitive capacity as our visitor. Please appreciate the visitor. Thank you very much. I would like to use this opportunity to thank the founding fathers of the university, Lagos State University that is, who laid the foundation of this great institution 37 years ago, whose passion was to educate young men and women and nurture them to become responsible adults who will make immense contributions to the development of the society. I salute particularly the single men and women of repute who formed the 10th governing council of this great university. Their contributions towards the success we are celebrating today is immense, and to a large extent, they have charted a path for the 11th governing council to follow, and we are most grateful for that. We want to thank the visitor for coming to the aid of the university in addressing the infrastructural deficit of the university. This has culminated in the completion of the University Senate, which the university has just taken possession of and is being used for university functions. Similarly, various legacy projects, such as the Faculty of Management Sciences, University Library, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, all of which have reached different stages of completion. We humbly plead for the continued support of the Lagos State government in the completion of these projects. This will greatly assist the university in terms of infrastructural development and value addition, which will increase its carrying capacity, given the fact that Lagos State University is increasingly becoming the university of choice for most candidates seeking university education, meaning that the university, Lagos State University that is, has greatly metamorphosed from being imperial status to European status. Please appreciate Lagos State University. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with all sense of sincerity, Lagos State University has made giant strides, and the growth covers all segments of the university administration in terms of more quality students being turned out, increase in quality, qualified human resources, and infrastructural development, all geared towards promoting a functional institution. Mr. Governor, sir, the Governing Council, since coming on board, is vigorously acquainting itself with the processes and procedure of the university in order to ensure its mandate of exercising general control and superintendence of the affairs of the university. The Governing Council, the 11th Governing Council that is, shall support all steps and ideas initiated by the management for the improvement of the welfare of both the students and the staff of this university. It is our hope and aspiration that the university shall continue to work stronger in the pursuit of its objectives, vision, and mission. At this point, let me congratulate those who are being conferred with the honorary Doctor of Philosophy degrees of Lagos State University today. It's not easy. The honorary degrees constitute a symbol of our recognition of the successes that you have recorded in your various callings and our determination to see you as our partners in progress. We sincerely thank individuals and organizations who have made significant contributions to the development of the university. We especially express our gratitude and appreciation to our colleagues in the University Governing Council, to whom I owe much of the success the Council must have recorded since assumption of duty. At this juncture, this is a serious matter. Incidentally, for avoidance of doubt, this convocation session, this convocation ceremony is the 5th of such I hate to refer to him. I don't feel comfortable. Refer to Professor Olanrewaju Adigun Fagbon as outgoing. To my mind, I came up with something in the middle of the night today, actually. You know, after January, Professor Olanrewaju Adigun Fagbon, SAN, among other titles, given his passion and diligence, indefatigability of attaining mission, a great passion. He wouldn't have a passion to being referred to with effect from January 12 as Vice Chancellor Emeritus. With that effective appellation, you'll be more than happy to be in a position of elder statesman, able and ready for consultation. Approved, ladies and gentlemen, approved. Congratulations. In the same vein, we want to express our immense appreciation to the University Management, Senate, the academic and non-academic staff for working hard to make Lagos State University move on the path of excellence that we all desire for. We must also not forget to commend the entire students of the university for their sense of discipline and decorum, which promote the much desired peace on the campus that facilitates proper teaching and learning. The visitor to the university, sir, distinguished guests, I cannot end this speech without congratulating our graduates who have been found worthy and proper in character and learning to merit the highly valued certificate of the Lagos State University. You have toiled day and night, you have persevered and made a lot of sacrifices to get to this point. Your efforts have been crowned with success. Today is a testament of your painstaking steadfastness and recognition of your success, which has come through hard work, diligence, and discipline. Please appreciate yourself, brothers. You are admitted to study at the Lagos State University because you are very gifted men and women. You responded to the university with excellence. You have been through the fire and succeeded. Your presence in this auditorium is an and hard won. Once again, appreciate yourselves, graduates. Thank you very much. Remember, not one of you got here alone. You have all had lots of help in your journey in life. Take a moment to remember and express gratitude for those who help you. Parents, mentors, neighbors, teachers, including, those that have exhibited appearances of detractors. Those detractors would have fortified your resolve to excel. So you have to appreciate detractors also. We wish to admonish you never to cease learning. You should continue to exhibit insatiable appetite for knowledge, especially as it affects your field of study, in order to contribute to the development of humanity. Learn to build bridges by collaborating with your counterparts in expanding the frontiers of knowledge. Try never to be the smartest person in the room, but to be a great team player. In professional circles, it is called networking. Barrister Esho, are you there? He's fond of that phrase, networking. In organizations, it is called team building, and in life, it is called family, friends, and community. We are all gifts to each other, and my own growth as a leader has shown me again and again that the most rewarding experiences come from relationships, interactions. I want to say gracias. I want to say danke schön. I want to say merci beaucoup. I want to say thank you very much. I want to say edupe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Olanrewaju Adigunfagbon, PhD, SAN, MPOM, Chike Idige, Distinguished Professor of Law, to address the convocation.
Thank you very much. The visitor to our great institution, the Governor of Lagos State, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, the Chancellor and Chairman of this occasion, all other protocols duly observed. This is my fifth and final convocation speech as the Vice Chancellor of this great institution. Let me underscore the 5 pillars that we have used to guide ourselves in the last 5 years. No, I think it will be in the last 4 years, 11 months, and some days. I will not bother to go into the details of these 5 pillars. I will just outline them. The first is restoration of peace in our university. The second, high-level scholarship and creating new knowledge. The third, consolidating on our previous gains. That is the work of founding fathers like Professor Abiso Gunli, who was part of the papers that established this great institution. Then also laid emphasis on creating an environment that will enable us to attract funds to meet implementation of our programs and activities. And finally, the fifth one, making our institution a valued partner to the Lagos State government, the Nigerian nation, and the international community. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., I will deliver my valedictory lecture, and I will make reference to these 5 pillars much more comprehensively in the course of that event. The title of that program, of that lecture, which is going to be physical and hybrid, is LASU, My Stewardship, the Project, the People, the Transformation. Let me underscore 5 things that the visitor, Mr. Governor, has done for this great institution, which he may never realize the implications of it. Mr. Governor, sir, Mr. Visitor, sir, together with all the worthy and esteemed members of your administration, you did 5 things that will signpost the future of this great institution. Number 1, sir, during the COVID-19 era, during the period of lockdown, our students were able to continue their academic activity, courtesy of the intervention of Mr. Governor, to ensure that we have a virtual platform that we can use to engage ourselves. Mr. Governor, we say thank you. Second one, sir, Mr. Governor, you contributed immensely to the stability of this institution when you intervened in October. For all the years we have not had any strike, then we had 1 day and a half 1 day and a half, 24 plus 12 of a strike by our great staff unions. They wanted their minimum wage. Mr. Governor proactively came in effectively by the second day and ensured that that matter was resolved. Mr. Governor, sir, it is important we note this because, sir, you also may not know what you have done until the next couple of years when we move from second and we move to first. You may not know, sir. The other one that you did, in another 18 months, the landscape of this university will change with the 8,000 plus man hostel, the foundation of which is already ongoing. Mr. Governor, this university will become a 24/7 hub, like you have at Ibadan, like you have at Ife, and other great places. We will compete and make you very proud, Mr. Governor. We will compete and we will make you very proud. Mr. Governor, sir, another thing you did, completion of ongoing projects. This university will never forget you and your administration. Thank you very much, sir. Lastly, Mr. Governor, you did something that is remarkable. What you did with your team is to give us a very robust council of top-notch administrators and technocrats. I have interacted with them. I know, Mr. Governor, that they will deliver. They are the best of minds that are around. Mr. Governor, sir, yesterday we congratulated our students. We've graduated 76 first class. How did it happen? What you impute into the system is the output you get out of at the end of the day. In 2016, we infused merit comprehensively in our admission process. Minimum 70% of our students, our candidates, will be admitted on merit. That is what we are beginning to see. From graduating 2025 first class, we have moved to 70-something at this point in time. Those students that we admitted in 2016, those are the batches that are graduating now. Mr. Governor, one of our students, at the undergraduate level, broke all records. He had a 4.95 CGPA. One of our master students, in fact, I don't know how he did it, he had 5.0. That is the totality of what you can get. Right now, we have become an institution where employers of labor are coming in by the day. Mr. Governor, sir, I will ensure I forward to you a copy of that valedictory lecture. You will see what your Midas touch has done to this institution. Mr. Governor, sir, I will close on a final note. Allow me, if I may, to end on a more personal reflection. My stewardship in the last 4 years and 11 months is quite intriguing and at the same time interesting. I have cherished being part of a unique community of inquisitive and creative men and women, from our world-class students to faculty members, non-academic colleagues, enthusiastic and committed alumni scattered across the world, awesome members of management, high-flying leaders that constitute our governing council, highly committed government functionaries, and an immensely supportive legislative house. I am grateful for the kindness and support that you have all shown to me, to our management, and to our great institution. In exactly 24 days, I will hand over the responsibility of Vice Chancellor to another worthy successor. I will never cease to feel that the Lagos State University is where I belong. I thank you all, and God bless.
Admission to Doctor of Philosophy. Will the graduates for admission to Doctor of Philosophy please stand? Chancellor, sir, the persons whose names will be presented by the Dean Postgraduate School have fulfilled the requirements of the statutes and regulations of Lagos State University and have been found worthy both in character and learning to be admitted to the higher degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Arts, Education, Law, Management Sciences, Science, Social Sciences, and the College of
Chancellor, sir, in the name of the postgraduate school and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following persons, those present and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list contained in this scroll, and for whom I stand proxy for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, in History and Diplomacy, Foreign Languages, French, Arabic Narratology, Christian Studies, Counseling Psychology, Social Studies Education, Language Education, Early Childhood Education, Health Education, Exercise Physiology, Sports Psychology, Educational Administration, Economics Education, Educational Management, Educational Planning, Educational Technology, Law, Geography and Planning, Environmental Resource Management, Business Administration, Human Resource Management, Public Administration, Communication Studies, and in Transport and Logistics of Lagos State University.
Chancellor, sir.
By the authority of the Senate, I award you individually and severally Doctor of Philosophy in the following disciplines: History and Diplomacy, Foreign Languages, French, Arabic Narratology, Christian Studies, Counseling Psychology, Social Studies Education, Language Education, Sociology of Education, Early Childhood Education, Health Education, Exercise Physiology, Sports Psychology, Educational Administration, Economics Education, Educational Management, Educational Planning, Educational Technology, Law, Geography and Planning, Environmental Resource Management, Business Administration, Human Resource Management, Public Administration, Communication Studies, and Transport and Logistics of the Lagos State University. Thank you.
Chancellor, sir, I now invite the recipients of Doctor of Philosophy Arts, Doctor of Philosophy Communication Studies, Doctor of Philosophy Education, Doctor of Philosophy Law, Doctor of Philosophy Science, and Doctor of Philosophy Management Sciences to come forward to receive their certificates from you. Odunlami Babatunde, PhD in History and Diplomacy. Odunlami Babatunde. Yeah, Chancellor. Thomas Aino Razak, PhD in French. Abolani Felix Babatunde, PhD in Christian Studies. Abolani Felix Babatunde, PhD in Christian Studies. Aruno Musa, PhD in French. Yunus Salman Alade, PhD in Arabic narratology. Sulaiman Tajuddin Folorunsho, PhD in counseling psychology. Uwebu Stella, PhD in counseling psychology. Olatunji Oyeronke Folake, PhD in counseling psychology. Olatunji Oyeronke Folake, PhD in counseling psychology. Shekoni Latif Kehinde, PhD in social studies education. Akinrolabu Olukayode, PhD in social studies education. Adebanjo Mokpelola Omoumi, PhD in language education. Okay. Adeyemo Eniola Abioye, PhD in sociology. Odebowale Eretitina, PhD in early childhood education. Ogunbamowo Waliu Babatunde, PhD in health education. Aribike Adeola Adbike, PhD in health education. Unwigwe Jane Azuka, PhD in health education. Adeyemi Elijah, PhD in exercise physiology. Ugwe Gede Chukwuemeka Matthias, PhD in exercise physiology. Oyekunle Abimbola Oluwatosin, PhD in sports psychology. Sumonu Matthew Sonayon, PhD in sports psychology. Oladega Taufik, PhD in educational administration. Shitu Taufik Olawale, PhD in educational administration. Olufemi Josephine Eyo, PhD in educational administration. Gidado Aisha Olushola, PhD in economics education. Akinola Folashade Sherifat, PhD in educational planning. Akinyemi Isiaka Adeniran, PhD in educational planning. Ajimuse Muiwa Sunday, PhD in educational management. Adenike Olushola Olubumi, PhD in economics education. Akinto Lure Stephen Oluwashino, PhD in educational technology. Lawal Sabitiu Abosede, PhD in law. Lawal Sabitiu Abosede, PhD in law. Adejobi Oladepo Samson, PhD in geography and planning. Anwan Henry Robert, PhD in environmental resource management. Ajishegiri Musa Sulaiman, PhD in Environmental Resource Management. Oluwole Mukaila Ojo, PhD in Environmental Resource Management. Egbokwe Chidiebere Uka, PhD in Business Administration. Ogu Festus Aruoriwo, PhD in Business Administration. Aziz Rashid Olawale, PhD in Human Resource Management. Aliu Fatima Ogechukwu, PhD in Public Administration. Taiwo Adetunji Victor, PhD in Communication Studies. Sulaiman Azan Biodun, PhD in Communication Studies. Abdul Aziz Ibrahim Fosin, PhD in Transport and Logistics. Olumide Odunayo Moyosola, PhD Physiology. Balogun Mustafa Tosin, PhD Business Administration. Adeniji Dauda Razak, PhD Islamic Studies. Okay. Adeniji Dauda Razak, PhD Arabic Studies. Inda Suna Zakaria Ibrahim, PhD Arabic Studies. Aziz Jamiu Femi, PhD Arabic Studies. Akano Kamilu Rachi, PhD Islamic Studies. It is now time for conferment of the rank of distinguished professor and honorary awardees. I'd like to announce that some of our honorary awardees are online with us. We have Her Excellency Princess Adejoke Orelope Adefilure online with us. We have Honorable Justice Okweyemi Oke, retired. She's also online with us. We also have Dr. Oba Otudeko is also online with us. Chancellor, sir. The Senate and Council of the University have decided to award and confer the rank of distinguished professor and honorary degrees on each of the underlisted eminent persons, respectively, who have distinguished themselves in different areas. I will call upon the university orators, Professor Adeleke Fakoya, Dr. Ayo Ayodele, and Dr. Erin Hunjo to present the awardees respectively.
Chancellor, sir, before you standing is Professor Martins Anetekai. Professor Martins Anetekai was born in Fuga, a Sako Central local government area of Edo State in Nigeria on the 15th of December, 1953. He obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in zoology from the University of Ibadan in 1979. He also obtained a Master of Science and PhD degrees in fisheries in 1982 and 1986, respectively, from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. He holds a certificate in aquaculture, which he obtained from USDA, Lincoln University in the US in 2005. Martins Anetekai's sojourn in the academia, spanning over 37 years, started in the Department of Zoology, the University of Ibadan, where he had a brief stint before he joined the Lagos State University as assistant lecturer in 1984. Through conscientious efforts and palpable commitment to academic excellence, he rose to the rank of professor in the year 2000. He inaugurated his chair in November 2002 with a lecture titled Fisheries and National Empowerment. Currently, Professor Anetekai is the director, the Directorate of Entrepreneurship and Skill Development, and the chairman, Lagos State University Conflict Resolution and Policy Advisory Committee. It is worthy to note that Professor Anetekai pioneered prawn research in Nigeria, and some of his research findings have been applied in prawn aquaculture and the development of the catfish value chain in the continent, particularly in the area of application of catfish oil in the production of body lotion and soap. Apart from winning the award National Fish Farmer of the Year in 2007, 2010, and 2011, Professor Anetekai was adjudged the best PhD supervisor in biological science in Nigeria by the National University Commission, NUC, in the year 2008. He has been external assessor to many universities locally and internationally for the award of PhD and promotion to professorial cadre. He has supervised several PhD theses, and 5 of the candidates that he has supervised are already professors today. He has, on different occasions, served as visiting professor to some universities in Nigeria. It is also worthy to note a few of the very many honors and awards that he has earned over the years. 1, University of Ibadan Scholarship to read MSc 1981-1982. 2, Federal Government Scholarship to read PhD at the University of Ibadan 1983 to 1986. 3, Best Farmer of the Year 2004 in Lagos State, an award which was presented by the Central Bank of Nigeria under the Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme Fund, ACGSF. And 4, Best National Farmer for years 2005, 2007, 2010, and 2011. These awards were presented by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Professor Anetekai's passion for the Lagos State University, for Lagos State government, and for Nigeria has given him numerous appointments and administrative positions that come with huge responsibilities. He is, by his training, a member of several notable professional bodies and has consulted widely for numerous organizations, e.g., Shell Petroleum Company in Nigeria, World Bank Assisted Agricultural Development Project, Nigeria Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, AGIP, KMPC, and the African Union. Today, his notable contributions to the existing body of knowledge in his chosen field in terms of dissertations, journal publications, books, conference papers, and chapters in books number well over 60 over 60. Professor Aneteka Martins is married to Emanuela, and the union is blessed with 3 children, Ewe, Neni, and Epwe. Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all Professor Martins Agunima Anetekai.
May I request Mrs. Anaitika to join her husband as he's being robed?
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the title of Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters, Youth Improvement, Female Education, Youth Empowerment, and Girls Back to School Scheme.
The next is the conferment of honorary doctorate degrees. And we are going to start with distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu ON. She's not here, but she has sent a delegation led by Honorable Omolola Rashida Essien, Chairman Mainland Local Government and Chairman Conference 57, Lagos State. Hold on, ma. Just hold on a moment. When we are read a citation and the conferment has been done, then we would request you to come up to receive the certificate on behalf of distinguished senator. Thank you.
Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, OON. Senator Oluremi Tinubu, Officer of the Order of the Niger, is a distinguished 7th legislator elected on the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC, for the 3rd consecutive term, representing the Lagos Central Senatorial District at the Red Chamber of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She is a committed educationalist, a dedicated administrator, and a compassionate philanthropist. Her exemplary life, humanitarian disposition, and compassionate philanthropist, our exemplary life, humanitarian disposition, and selfless service to the people, which clearly signpost her leadership credentials, offer a veritable template to youths aspiring to leadership positions, both in Nigeria and within the global community. Senator Oluremi Tinubu's enviable record of public service in Lagos State, Nigeria, and indeed Africa stands tall. As First Lady of Lagos State, she initiated the establishment of the alternative high school for out-of-school girls located at Agboju, Amuwo Dofin, Lagos, which is still being run by the Lagos State government. The first of its kind annual spelling bee competition, which birthed the one-day governor program in Lagos State, is the brainchild of Senator Oluremi Tinubu's New Era Foundation, a non-governmental organization established in 2000 to galvanize youth development, girl child education, and motivate young persons to excellence. The woman of substance also resuscitated the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials. As a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, she continues to distinguish herself through relentless advocacy for inclusive governance, gender equity, and women empowerment, and the provision of accessible and affordable education for all. In furtherance of her passion for people-centered policies, she has sponsored not less than 20 bills and motions on the floor of the Nigerian Senate. Among these are the Lagos State Special Economic Assistance Bill, the Prisons Act Amendment Bill to provide welfare for pregnant inmates, nursing mothers, and their children, the Criminal Code Act Amendment Bill 2019 to delete the statute of limitation on defilement, increase punishment for the offense of kidnapping, and remove gender restrictions in the definition of rape. Senator Oluremi Tinubu has remained resolute in her commitment to the well-being of our constituents, and this she has continued to demonstrate in schemes designed to cater to the needs of the youth population, women, and the elderly citizens. Our efforts through the Patient's Home is putting smiles on the faces of childless widows who are being empowered through skill acquisitions and training before reintegration back into society. Similarly, the Daughters of Zelophehad ministry, which she started, has been equipping women for leadership and has been helping couples to build strong marriages and homes where godly children are being raised. Exhibiting our borderless love for humanity, Senator Oluremi Tinubu donated the Oluremi Tinubu Elementary and Junior High Schools, Mount Beckley, Johnstonville, as part of our contribution to the rebuilding process of post-Civil War Liberia. Our quest for continuing professional development has led her to acquire further trainings in the USA and the United Kingdom. An honorary associate of the World Association of Girls Guides and Girl Scouts, and a member, Board of Trustees of King's College, King's University, Odeumu. Senator Oluremi Tinubu has been awarded not less than 5 prestigious awards of merit by different organizations and institutions of higher learning. Senator Oluremi Tinubu is the Yeye Asiwaju of Lagos, is the loving wife of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban of Bogo Kingdom. In recognition of your immense contributions to the development of humanity through the establishment of people-oriented schemes to empower women, give hope to out-of-school girls, and develop the skills of the youth for leadership in Lagos State and in Nigeria, the Governing Council of the Lagos State University, upon the recommendation of the University Senate, hereby confers on you, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, OON, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, Honoris Causa, Youth Improvement, Female Education, Youth Empowerment, and Girls Back to School scheme. Chancellor, sir, I hereby present distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the title of Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters, Youth Improvement, Female Education, Youth Empowerment, and Girls Back to School scheme. Do I stay here? In the middle, or my seat?
No, with the governor, with the deputy governor. Can I request Honorable Omodola Rashida Esen to please come up to receive the academic attire and the certificate on behalf of distinguished senator. The next person is Her Excellency Princess Adejoke Orelokwe Ade Fulire. This is going to be done virtually. So, technical team, please project Her Excellency.
Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you Her Excellency Princess Adejoke Orelokwe Ade Fulire. Her Excellency Princess Adejoke Orelokwe Ade Fulire, the Senior Special Assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, on Sustainable Development Goals, is an excellent administrator, a consummate social development, a social worker, and an astute politician. Though she has royal blood flowing in her veins, she is simple in outlook and self-effacing in her interactions. As a grassroots politician with a record of meritorious public service spanning over 25 years, Princess Orelokwe Ade Fulire's stay in power has been owing to her matchless passion and commitment to the emancipation of women, youth development, and girl-child education. Princess Orelokwe Ade Fulire's election into the Lagos State House of Assembly as member representing Alimosho Constituency 1 between January 1992 and November 1993 was the grounding she needed to deepen her grassroots activities and to be launched into political prominence. In 2001, she was appointed as Electoral Commissioner in the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission. She held his position until 2003, when another feather was added to her political cap with her appointment as the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation under the leadership of His Excellency, Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. She was again reappointed as a commissioner between 2007 and 2011, confirming the saying that nobody changes a winning team by His Excellency Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, who, recognizing her outstanding performance as a commissioner, found her worthy to be selected as his running mate in the 2011 governorship elections in Lagos State. During her tenure as deputy governor,
between May 2011 and May 2015, she co-sponsored the child rights law and the domestic violence law in Lagos State. She also established other empowerment projects, which include 22 functional skills acquisition centers for unemployed young men and women, a 176-bed transit camp for victims of domestic violence and abuse, and the first multi-purpose home and clinic for children with disabilities in Lagos State. These projects have brought and continue to bring succor to many and giving them a reason to live. The record of accomplishments as grassroots politician brought her in March 2016 and reappointed in 2019 to the presidency as the senior special assistant to the president on sustainable development goals to provide leadership in the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development in Nigeria. In that capacity, she has been creditably providing strategic direction and guidance for the implementation of the 17 SDGs at the national and sub-regional levels in Nigeria. She also represents Nigeria on issues related to SDGs at the global level. Princess Orelope Adefulire's unprecedented accomplishment have been locally and internationally acknowledged. The Yalanu, as she is fondly called, was a recipient of the 2007 UK-based Scottish Widows Award of the International Public Servant of the Year, 2009 Lagos State Person of the Year Award, the 2010 Daisy George Award USA for being an advocate of children's protection and development. In 2018, she was honored with an award by the International Women's Society in recognition of her efforts in empowering and defending the rights of women, youth, and children. She is a fellow on the global membership platform of the Association of Business Executives, ABE, an affiliate of the Commonwealth in the United Kingdom. In recognition of your immense contribution to the development of humanity through grassroots politics, advancement of the cause of women, youth and children development in Lagos State and in Nigeria as a whole, through attainment of sustainable development goals with special emphasis on poverty alleviation and technology incubation, the Governing Council of the Lagos State University, upon the recommendation of the University Senate, confers on you, Her Excellency, Princess Adejoke Orelope Adefulire, the degree of Doctor of Arts, honoris causa, poverty alleviation, and industry incubation. Chancellor, sir.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the title of Honorary Doctor of Law, Court Processes Improvement Schemes, and Probate Registry Customization.
Okay, she's being roped already. The next honorary awardee is Honorable Justice Mrs. Okweyemi Oluwafunmilayo Okay, retired. You can have your seat, man.
Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present Honorable Justice Mrs. Opeyemi Olufunmilayo. Okay. Honorable Justice Mrs. Opeyemi Olufunmilayo, okay, the retired 16th Chief Judge of the Lagos State, is an eminent jurist, a certified arbitrator, and the principal consultant at Benchmark Jurist Consult. As the Chief Judge of Lagos State, she embarked on a mission to midwife a reputable judiciary that epitomized discipline, honesty, hard work, and integrity. Indeed, a judiciary that will continue to be the pace setter and the best in Nigeria. It is at the risk of exaggeration, therefore, that it can be boldly declared that these targets were not only met, they were surpassed before her retirement. The solid foundation for our 4 decades of glorious career in the law profession was well laid in the course of our pursuit for academic laurels and was further strengthened by the countless number of trainings she attended. Honorable Justice Opeyemi studied at the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, where she obtained a Bachelor of Law degree in 1978 and was called to the Nigerian bar in 1979. In 1982, she completed a Master of Science degree in Criminal Justice Administration from Coppin State College, Baltimore, USA. Thereafter, she obtained a certificate in negotiation and dispute resolution from Harvard Law School, Boston, USA in 2009. A certificate in judicial reform, conflict management and social justice from the American University, Washington, USA in 2000. Our belief in training and retraining is evidenced in our own participation in numerous professional trainings, conferences, seminars, and workshops, particularly the Hubert Humphrey Lecture Series in Nigeria, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. Honorable Justice Opeyemi cut her career teeth as a junior partner in the law firm of Otesoya and Otesoya in 1979, before moving to the Parole and Probation Department of the City of Baltimore, Maryland, USA, where she worked as a volunteer counselor and youth program coordinator between 1981 and 1982. Sometime in 1982, she returned to Nigeria and joined the Federal Housing Authority as a legal officer, rising to the position of acting head of department in 1984. She later joined the Lagos State Judiciary as a senior magistrate in May 1986 and rose through the ranks to the position of Chief Judge of Lagos State on the 20th of October 2017, leaving behind an intimidating record of achievements in the administration of justice system of Lagos State. Standing to the credit of her ladyship's tenure as Chief Judge are not less than 60 landmark and transformation and improvements introduced into the Lagos State Judiciary. The trainings and improved welfare packages for judicial officers under her tenure, the renovation of court premises, the inauguration of various committees, the commissioning of e-probate and introduction of social media handles for improved service delivery, among others, have led to improved court processes, speedy dispensation of justice, transparency, and accountability. These laudable efforts continue to boost the confidence of the public in the Lagos State judiciary. In spite of the demands of the bench, Honorable Justice Okoyemi Oke has exhibited a robust capacity for rigorous academic enterprise through the numerous papers she delivered at various fora. She has also served as an examiner to the Nigerian Law School and is a member and fellow of 14 professional and social associations and a recipient of not less than 34 merit awards. Outside her busy official schedule, she enjoys reading, script writing, gardening, acting, and motivational speaking. In recognition of your immense contributions to the administration of justice in Lagos State, through your landmark achievements in developing the digital and physical facilities of the court to facilitate professional judicial service or service delivery and rebuilding the confidence of the public in the Lagos State judiciary, the Governing Council of the Lagos State University, upon recommendation of the University Senate, confers on you, Honorable Justice Okoyemi Olufunmilayo Oke, retired, the degree of Doctor of Law, honoris causa, court processes improvement schemes, and probate registry customization.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the title of Honorary Doctor of Law, Court Processes Improvement Schemes, and Probate Registry Customization.
You can take your seat, ma'am. She's actually Honorable Justice Okay, not okay. The next person is Dr. Ayola Oba Otudeko.
Chancellor, sir. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Ayola Oba Otudeko, CFR. Ayola Oba Otudeko is an accomplished entrepreneur, indefatigable investor, and a philanthropist who has contributed immensely to Nigeria's economic development. In her life, great accomplishments often begin with discovery. To begin his own discovery, little boy Ayola was enrolled early in 1949 at the St. James School, Okibola, Ibadan. But in 1951, he was moved to St. John's School, Okeagbo, Ijebu-Igbo, where he eventually completed his primary education in 1955. Thereafter, he had his secondary education at the Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo, between 1956 and 1960. Like other aspiring young men of his days, he got on a flight that landed him at the Leeds College of Commerce, Yorkshire, United Kingdom, where he bagged a degree in accountancy in 1968. Oba Otudeko started his work life as a clerk in the defunct Cooperative Bank, Ibadan, where through dedication, perseverance, and hard work, he rose to the position of general manager and later acting chief executive officer before resigning in 1983 in order to venture into the world of a privately run business. In 2003, he established the Oba Otudeko Foundation, OOF, a non-governmental organization to give back to the society through support, trainings, and empowerment programs geared towards bringing sustainable development to Nigeria and other African countries. While in paid employment and as a businessman, Oba Otudeko constantly avails himself of every opportunity to improve his skills through trainings in recognition of the fact that to be at the cutting edge of one's profession, there can be no end to learning. Today, Oba Otudeko has become a household name as an astute investor with investments in key sectors of the Nigerian economy. He is currently the chairman, Honeywell Group, Group Chairman, FBN Holdings PLC, Chairman, Honeywell Flour Mills PLC, Life Patron, Nigerian South African Chamber of Commerce, and a member, Office of the Distinguished Friends, London Business School, London, United Kingdom. He equally left indelible imprints of his service and stewardship at the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where he served as the president and chairman of council 2006 to 2009. As chairman, First Bank Limited 2010 to 2012, Airtel Nigeria 2010 to 2013, National Maritime Authority 1993, and Fan Milk of Nigeria PLC 2000 to 2013. He is also a former director of the Central Bank of Nigeria, amongst other organizations. Oba Otudeko holds the fellowship of the Chartered Institute of Bankers 1964, Institute of Chartered and Corporate Accountants with Honors 1968, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria 1970, and the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria 2000. Leaders like Oba Otudeko, who have done well, deserve double honor. In recognition of his enormous contributions to the country, our distinguished honoree has received the national honors of Member of the Order of the Federal Republic, MFR, in 2000, Officer of the Order of the Federal Republic, OFR, 2002, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, in 2011, and the National Productivity Order of Merit, NPOM, 2019. He is a former Chancellor of the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye, Ogun State, and currently holds honorary doctorate degree of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Crescent University, Abeokuta, Bayes University, Abuja, and Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo. In recognition of your immense contributions to the economy, particularly in the areas of industrialization, job creation, and poverty alleviation, the Governing Council of the Lagos State University, upon the recommendation of the University Senate, confers on you, Mr. Ayola Oba Otudeko, the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, Economic Development and National Integration.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the title of Honorary Doctor of Business, Economic Development and National Integration.
Baba, we request that you put on your academic attire. You may please be seated, sir. It's now time to have few comments from the honorees, starting with distinguished Professor Martin Anatika. You have just 1 minute, 30 seconds to address convocation, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, our dear Mr. Governor, represented by the Deputy Governor, I really want to appreciate your being here. Our Chancellor and Chairman of Council, all protocols observed. I want to thank the university management, particularly the Governing Council, under the chairmanship of Professor Ninelo, for giving me this award. This is the second award that is within this university, and I'm lucky I have the second one. My predecessor, is distinguished Professor Peter Okebukola. I see this as a call to more duty. I see myself and Peter Okebukola as ambassadors of Lagos State University in particular, and ambassadors of the state and the nation. In this respect, we need to continue to forge ahead, particularly in the areas of excellence, and also the university must survive. I want to appeal to you, therefore, that from time to time, you may find us by your door. When we come around, please don't send us back. We are doing that, believing that we are ambassadors of Lagos State University. I want to thank you, and I believe that when we come, you will say welcome. I also want to thank my wife. She's been very supportive. In all respect, I know because of Lasso, I have not been a good husband to her. So ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. My dear Vice Chancellor, I wish you the very, very, very best. You are a child that I never biologically had. My Chairman of Council, I appreciate you. Keep the good work, keep the good work, keep the good work, keep the good work. Thank you.
We now have comments from Her Excellency Princess Adejoke Orelokwe Adefulue.
Your Excellency, Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Deputy Governor, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, other distinguished personalities here present. It's with great sense of gratitude and honor that I accept this award humbly, yet prestigious award from a world-class tertiary institution in Nigeria. the Lagos State University, my alma mater. I accept it on behalf of thousands of heroes, the young people, the women striving to eke out living among excruciating realities, and those among you, particularly our very distinguished guardians, who feel a measure of nervousness about the future. I feel your excitement and yet the uncertainty of the future. I am delighted to share this moment with you and to assure you that your future is very bright. Today, I am more than happy to offer my personal and special appreciation to all graduates and other members of the university community. I would also like to express my profound appreciation to the visitor, our governor, chancellor, governing council, university management, senate, staff and students of University of LASU for their untiring efforts at building and sustaining the world-class brand. I should point out that I'm proud of Lagos State University under the leadership of our brother, Professor Olanrewaju Adigunfagbo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Professor Olanrewaju Adigunfagbo has witnessed a remarkable transformation in LASU during his tenure. This explains why the President of Nigeria has honored him with National Productivity Award, Order of Merit. Let me emphasize that I will remain committed to supporting this university, my own university, to fulfill the vision of our founding fathers. The spirit of solidarity, which I invoked, is very much a reflection of our shared belief in our collective ability to surmount the challenges facing the world. A renowned scholar, diplomat, and current Chief of Staff to the President of Nigeria, Professor Ibrahim Ganbari, once said, nations just don't appear or happen by historical accident. Rather, they are built by men and women with vision and resolve. No doubt, our graduate has gone through the rigors of academic life and character molding. You are our future. You are the future of Nigeria. Please make it count. To other awardees, my dear brothers and sisters, distinguished guests, alumni, graduates, friends, and families, the Lagos State University truly deserves a special place in our hearts. In this regard, I plead with you all to rally around this university by committing more resources to the academic and infrastructural development of Lagos State University as a token of your contribution to humanity. Yes, we can. Once again, let me thank the Lagos State University for finding me worthy of this honor. I also congratulate everyone and of course the Pro-chancellor, and hope that we will all move to the next level, this special university, and be a pride for all of us. I want to also urge you to transform your world. My dear brother and sister, as you are going into the world today, radiate excellence, be humane, and bring comfort to humanity. Thank you all for being part of this historic event. God bless Lagos State University. God bless Lagos State government. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you all for listening. God bless.
I invite Honorable Justice Mrs. Okwemi Olufumilayo, Oke, retired, to address convocation for 2 minutes. Kindly unmute yourself, ma'am.
Mr. Governor, sir, and the visitor to the university, may I please remain on the existing protocol? Receiving this award less than a year following my retirement as the Chief Judge of Lagos State actually gave me some thought-provoking ideas, especially when we let out our students who graduated into an economy facing the gloomy unemployment statistics. My brief speech is titled, "There's No Better Time." Our graduates of today were born digital. In addition, and beyond their specific field of study, they have acquired with a chain to the world, beginning from Nigeria. Your creative ideas have no limits, only if you dare to apply them to be your own employers, to identify and tackle vast entrepreneurial opportunities and social interventions of the day. Amazon, the world's greatest retailer, does not have any good. Neither do you need to be a lawyer, a physician, to be a problem solver of the country. All you need is insight and vision. The present time calls for creative discovery of what it means to be a graduate in a digital age. I therefore challenge all our graduates to deploy your skills and learning to engage Nigeria and opportunities within and beyond it. I am humbled to accept this award. I thank LASU for considering me worthy of being conferred with the honorary Doctor of Law degree. I remain in the trenches with renewed commitment to judicial and societal transformation in Lagos State, Nigeria, and the world as a whole. Please join me to salute LASU for its stellar record in Nigeria's education, for keeping faith with Lagos as Nigeria's Center of Excellence. Kudos to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Lanre Fagbon, and his team for making LASU the second best university in Nigeria, together with his team, and for putting LASU on the global map. The greatest gratitude, of course, goes to the Almighty God who made today's possible. I dedicate this award to the memory of my late sister, who was called into glory June 1st, 2019, just 9 days to my retirement. She was my greatest cheerleader. I also dedicate this award to our journey as a nation, Nigeria as a nation, towards having the best and efficient administration of justice that will meet the standard of the world. I thank the governor for what he has done, his contribution to making LASU the best state university that we have. And I wish LASU all the best in the future. I remain committed to contributing my own efforts and my own time to being part of LASU. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
Dr. Ayola Oba Otudeko, CFR, to address convocation for 2 minutes. Kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. We can.
Can you hear me now? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I seek your permission to stay on the existing protocol. It is my pleasure to be a recipient of the honorary doctorate of business degree in economic development and national integration from the Lagos State University. It is indeed an honor to be conferred along with other distinguished members of society. One of the most obvious ways we assess a nation's strength is by its ability to deliver economic development to its people, reflected in the level of security, infrastructural development, social justice, and the protection of the environment. This, however, do not happen by accident, but by the ability of government and people to formulate policies that push a nation towards its glory. With the current landscape of the global economy, it is imperative that as a nation we find sustainable ways to get back on track and start moving forward again. This year, 2020, has been like no other, as we witness the effects of the deadly coronavirus on the national and world economies. It has shown us the fragility of markets and systems, but has also demonstrated the power of human ingenuity, human collaboration, and innovation to find solutions to address issues. This year has been like no other, as we witness the effects of the deadly coronavirus on the national and world economies. It has shown us the fragility of markets and systems, but has also demonstrated the power of human ingenuity. In many ways, Nigeria is still a nascent nation, trying to find its footing. But one thing is clear: it is an imperative that an economy diversified away from crude oil is definitely the next step of evolution for us as a people. Investments in other sectors, such as in agriculture, mining, public infrastructure, and particularly science and technology and arts, as a means to foster economic development for our people. Our investment must be holistic, leveraging on the power of our diversity as a nation to encourage collaboration and provide real solutions. This is a time for us to work together as a people. It's not a time for us to quarrel with ourselves. In the spirit of collaboration and integration, I want to use this opportunity to commend the Governing Council of the Lagos State University on such a diverse list of recipients from various walks of life who have contributed to the development of our nation. To the Vice-Chancellor, our friend and our good brother, Professor Honorary Adigunfagbon, I want to say hearty congratulations on the success of the 24th Convocation ceremony and for your tenure in this role. You have been an exemplary achiever, and I want to thank God for you and congratulate you, and particularly Mrs. Fagbon, for all that she has borne in the course of your sterling performance in office. You have made an indelible impression on many of the lives that have passed through these great halls, and I am sure you can be proud of the alumni and new graduates that have set to create their lasting impact in the development of Nigeria. In conclusion, this award gives me even more drive to continue to do my part as a citizen and an entrepreneur dedicated to making sure about the greatness of our country, Nigeria. To the graduates, finally, in the words of Tom Brokaw, the veteran American TV broadcaster, you are now educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world. God bless you. God bless LASU. God bless Lagos State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And thank you very much.
I respectfully invite the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, for his goodwill message.
The Vice Chancellor, please sit down. Sorry. The visitor is still on. Mr. Governor, members of the Executive Council that are here. I've seen a whole lot of chairmen, chairpersons of various local governments. Thank you all for coming. I've seen distinguished Professor Okebukola and our brand newly minted distinguished professor. Thank you all very much. The Vice Chancellor, well, the Chancellor, all the deans in brown, and then of course the provost in red. My goodwill message basically is to thank Professor, the Vice Chancellor. When we were coming in, I don't know if you noticed, the students said, please sir, help us thank this man. I said, which man? They said the Vice Chancellor that he has done. So on behalf of those students, so as directed by them, I'm thanking you for a job well done. But I must thank Madam very well, Mrs. Fagbon, because as we all know, if the home front is not steady, that man cannot stand. So I want to thank you, Madam, very much for standing by him. And I want to thank the deans, everybody in the Senate for a job well done. But second is not good enough. We must be number one. So LASU must be number one in this country. And because of that, the Chancellor just mentioned the fact that no university in the world survived without the alumni. It's a fact. It's a fact. So we will help you in whatever you want to do to make sure that the alumni actually help to, raise this university up. But let me also now call on the people that we just gave honorary doctoral degrees to. They have to also help us. So from my sister, Princess Adejoke Olope Adefudure, we will keep knocking on your door. To about Tudeko. His own is a bit special because we also went to the same secondary school, Oliver Baptist High School, though, of course, years ahead of me. So we will call you at Olivet, we will call you at LASU, so that we can contribute to this university. As we all know, universities change societies. If you read the book by Isaacson, is a Nobel laureate in the United States. If you read his book, The Innovators, it's clear that after the Second World War, what turned America around were the professors, not the politicians. Because they went then to President Harry Truman and told him that the only way we can actually dominate the world is science and technology. So they formed that committee headed by the Dean of the Engineering then in MIT. And they led the whole group. And they were funded, and that's what changed the story of America. So this university will change the story of this state and change the story of this country. So I want to thank everybody and all the graduates. I congratulate you. I wish you well. Well, like somebody said, I wish you well, but the road is rough. But that's the essence of education, to make it easier. It will be easier for you. Thank you very much.
Can I quickly invite Mrs. Elias to please come up stage to have a photograph session with the Deputy Governor? We ought to have done this when the Chancellor was installed, but we left that out. Can you please join us on stage? Madam. Thank you, ma'am. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor and pleasure to invite Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sowolu, Governor of Lagos State and visitor to Lagos State University, to address the convocation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Registrar. The Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, thank you for holding forth and for your nice comments at the ground today. Members of the State's Executive Council here present, especially the Special Advisor to the Governor of Education, Mr. Tokumbo Wahab, the Honorable Commissioner for Education, and other cabinet members there present. Thank you very much. The brand new Chancellor, the 5th Chancellor of our great university, Lagos State University, Professor Bolan Elias, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and of course, his lovely wife. The Pro-chancellor of the Lagos State University, Professor Adebayo Ninolowo. The Vice-Chancellor are very, very dynamic, very inspiring, forward-looking, never looking tired Vice-Chancellor, Professor Olanrewaju Adigun Fagbon. I want to personally thank you for your good work and for your great steward. And of course, your entire team of Deputy Vice-Chancellors that are there. Our distinguished guest lecturer who had started the day with all sort of activity with us this morning. My very good friend, Professor Oke Orama, all the way from Cairo. Members of the Governing Council of LASU, all of you in large numbers here there today, thank you very much for standing out and for attempting to serve our university. Deans, heads of departments, and principal officers of the university. Our various political leaders, especially our representative of the various awardees, recipients that we have seen today. I will come to you individually in the course of my address. I want to thank you for taking out time, for creating the opportunity to have been part of this historic event today. Members of the academic community, our brilliant awardees, our brilliant students who have all received various degrees since yesterday and then yesterday and today. Our parents, our guardians, our families, our friends, and finally, our students. We are LASU. We are LASU. And one more time, I say, we are LASU. I know that you've given me your resounding applause on that. Because when we say we are LASU, we are proud. That's what we are. And that's what LASU stands for. Gives me a great measure of joy to address this gathering as visitor to our great institution, the Lagos State University, and as part of the academic congregation for the conferment of postgraduate and honorary degrees of the university. It is significant and historic that this 24th convocation ceremony, which marks my first as a visitor to the great institution, is the very first to be virtually hosted in the history of the university. I congratulate the university for rising above the challenges of the pandemic that has radically altered the way we conduct our affairs and as a people, and leveraging on all the opportunities provided by technology to deliver its mandate as a beacon of scholarship, a citadel of learning, and the second best university in Nigeria. As a Lagos State governor and visitor to the university, I am profoundly conscious of the fact that a convocation ceremony may be the apogee of an academic journey, but it is more important the graduation of students who have been imbibed with the necessary skills to change the developmental trajectory of our states and of our country. It is for this reason that the Lagos State government continues to invest enormous resources in research-based knowledge that will fuel innovation, that will fuel creativity, that will fuel technological advancement and entrepreneurial development. I congratulate the Lagos State University for keying into our vision of providing a world-class education, for remaining steadfast in its commitment to producing highly skilled men and women adroit in learning and character to meet the manpower needs of Lagos State in particular, and that of our large country, and that of our great country at large. The task of educating potential leaders goes beyond the perennial churning out graduates and granting academic degrees. We must never forget that the growth and survival of our country may eventually be determined by the quality of the graduates that we call out of our university as our alma mater. After all, the late South African president, President Nelson Mandela, described education as the most important weapon to change the world. I'm a product of the good schools and good teachers who were able to imbibe my life with necessary leadership skills to make my mark in the corporate world and today humbly in the public service. I acknowledge the determination of the Lagos State University to make a difference, notwithstanding the challenges that have become a common denominator to a number of universities in this part of the world. I'm indeed very proud of the achievements of the university, which have received both national and international recognition. First, in its designation as African Center for Excellence for Innovative and Transformative Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, STEM education, by the World Bank, among 16 other universities in Nigeria. And more recently, much more recently, the ranking as the second best university in Nigeria by Times Higher Education World University Ranking 2020. And like the deputy rightly said, we will not stop at just being second. We will thrive and will aspire to be the best, not only in the country, but in Africa. However, we must not rest on our laurels until we become the best, like I said, in Africa, and indeed one of the best in the world. Beyond the fanfare that accompanies graduating ceremony, we must assess how well we're playing our roles in creating a sustainable and a transformed world. The former chancellor of the City University in York, Robert Kibe, said, the quality of a university is measured more by the kind of student it turns out, not by the kind it takes in. It is a rapidly changing world. We recognize that investing in education is one of the most profitable decisions we can make, because there can be no better future without an educated populace that is able to meet and combat the challenges of an environmental and economic sustainability. I think the Vice Chancellor also said it rightly. The journey that we started 4 years ago by ensuring that credibility, merit were the hallmark of bringing in students. I've begun to see the remark today. And I think LASU, for the first time, graduating over 76 first class graduate, I think is testament to that new belief and that new course that we have charged for our new LASU. I want to commend the Vice Chancellor and your entire team for leading in this role. I congratulate the graduating students who choose the Lagos State University as their institution of choice. You have undergone a complete metamorphosis in learning and character. I know you are eager to positively impact your immediate community and beyond. In respect of the downward economic turn, it is my prayer that in the spirit of the palpable challenges that we have out there, you will turn out to be worthy ambassadors of this reputable institution of higher learning. I am hopeful that you will be courageous enough to create a future that you desire. I am confident that you will be resilient enough to actualize your personal and professional dreams. I am optimistic that you will push the boundaries to effect, to make the needed changes and make a world a better place that you've met it. You must be a lifelong learner who are learning to learn and to relearn if it is necessary. Your education has prepared you for the future, but you must be smart. You must be risk takers to accomplish your dream. I have learned over the years that you may not have it all together at the beginning, but with determination, with hard work, and with a responsible spirit, you will make your mark in this world. My question to you is, what will you do with your education from the Lagos State University? I command the administrative competence of the university leadership. I want to thank you for toiling day and night to give your very best. It is commendable that in the last 40 years, the university has maintained an uninterrupted academic session and aggressively pursued the promotion of rigorous research and teaching in its search for truth and transmission of the best global standards. The Vice Chancellor also rightly said that for the first time in over a long time, LASU did not have any downtime. In fact, in less than 1 and 1.5 days, we resolved all our issues because we did. our institution with the state to discover our talents, to harness its potentials, and refocus our thought on excellence, refocus on entrepreneurship and self-sustenance. I identified with the view of Epictetus, the great Greek philosopher, that only the educated are free. We will therefore continue to provide our students with the best educational experience, which will make them relevant within and outside the country. As a precursor to this, we have increased the capacity of our job initiative, Lagos, to accommodate the needs of students in 8 of our tertiary institutions. We'll expect this program to transform the economy of our states in the nearest future, since the majority of our youth who undertake this program will end up as entrepreneurs and become employers of labor in future. It is common knowledge that small businesses are pivotal to economic growth. I am excited about the businesses that will emerge from our job initiatives and from the differences that participants will make in the workplaces. Of what use is education that does not promote self-sufficiency? Of what use is education that does not promote entrepreneurship? Of what use is education if it doesn't have the ability to think outside of the box and desire the break free from poverty? As a government, we have decided to raise our state's manufacturing capacity by promoting and providing a manufacturing, educating, and training of our students. We're prepared to overhaul our education ecosystem through the mechanizing and mechanical engineering principles that will prepare our graduates for immediate employment. This will be done in collaboration with our prospective partners like the University of Pittsburgh in US, who I'm sure the VC have explained to you all the great things that we're putting together with them. Our plan is to establish a manufacturing assistance center across the states for the purpose of improving our manufacturing capacity. We have also donated a building and a piece of land in the heart of Victoria Island for the LASU Cornell University Executive Collaborative Program. I'm delighted to inform you that that building should be ready within the next 18 to 24 months. I'm aware that the building is at ground zero now and funding has been provided for it. I have also approved a world-class Faculty of Education edifice for LASU. I'm also hoping that the construction will start in the first quarter of 2021. There is no excuse for failure since we are willing to provide all you need to achieve our collective aspiration for LASU. The Lagos State government, however, recognizes the fact that operating a university is service-oriented, which is why we will continue to improve and re-engineer our quality benchmark. It has changed you to do everything to ensure that LASU becomes a world-class university. I promise you that like other state-owned institutions in the world, LASU will not be neglected. As we position the Lagos State University to compete on the global stage, we will continue to make the needed investment to sustain the university. The government will immediately set up various dissertation panels for the university in line with regulations, and just to be sure that everything we're on track and we're in line with them. In this fast-paced world, we cannot continue to bask in the euphoria of yesterday's successes. If we do not step up our game, others will catch up with us and even overtake us. For history to be kind to us and for prosperity to judge us right, let us uphold the aspiration of our founding fathers of this great institution by suppressing the gains of yesterday and setting a new narrative for a LASU of tomorrow. With education as the third most critical component in our team's agenda, we will strategically tackle all issues related to the growth in the education sector, while creating an enabling environment for our students, our graduates, and youth to thrive and to manifest their inherent greatness. I want to congratulate the graduates admitted to bachelor's degree, to diplomas, to master's degree for their tenacity and their commitment to academic excellence. I'm proud of how far you have come and your willingness to complete your studies in one of the most challenging years in our history. Your sacrifice and sleepless nights are eventually paid off. I cannot wait to see all of you do great things, not only in Lagos, but in our country. I want to particularly put on record the no man feast of a young Nigerian, a young man called Oladimeji Shotunde, a 22-year-old, who I'm aware got a certificate yesterday, but set a brand new record in our 37-year history in LASU by scoring a cumulative GPA of 4.95. What Oladimeji Shotunde has shown is also to just set a new standard for our university. I know from his humble background of his mother being a trader and his father being a mechanic, he has risen up to the real LASU spirit. He has risen up to the strong can-do spirit that makes our LASU what LASU is today. And I'm indeed excited of several other Oladimeji Shotunde that will be coming behind you. And so I want to commend you. I want to thank you for raising the bar for our university, Oladimeji, and for creating that Excel mind. Humbly, we know that what you require is for you to advance and to be able to encourage you to get to whatever level you desire to reach or you want to get your academic prowess for. And so the state government will be providing scholarship for you into whatever university you so desire, will be available for you at the highest level to ensure that you pursue your academic excellence to the greatest level. I will also humbly be making a personal donation of 5 million naira for your further work, just to be able to settle you in and make sure that you are a source of inspiration for others. There is also a gentleman who I understood scored a cumulative 5.0 in his own master's degree. I don't have his name, but he will also be going home with a 5 million naira grant from my office to also support this main feast. These are just small token of our demonstration that our excellent students, our excellent citizens needs to be encouraged. Once you have thought out what you want to do, the state government has employment for you, the state government has scholarship for you to help you achieve your academic excellence to whatever level you so desire to have it. I'm also hopeful that other undergraduates will be inspired by this ceremony to aim for greater success. Your sterling performance and the zeal for academic success has put LASU on an enviable pedestal. You have represented and made the institution proud at different academic fora. With numerous laurels at your kitty, I implore you not to rest on your oars. There is still greater heights that you will need to conquer. It is critical that this convocation ceremony inspires you and make a significant difference in the field of study, not only for you, for the others that are coming behind you. One of the notable highlights of this ceremony is, of course, the conferment of honorary degrees on distinguished personalities who have made distinctive and excellent contribution to our national development and well as being of humanity. To our distinguished honorees, I want to thank each and every one of you. From Professor Martins and Nitekai, I want to commend you again. It's a second for you again. Thank you very much for your great work. To our sister, our mommy, distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, thank you for all your great work. This is most deserving for you again. To our Excellency, Mrs. Adejoke Olupe Adepulure, we'll continue to call on you. Thank you for being a great alumni into our university. To Honorable Justice Mrs. Opeyemi Oke, thank you very, very much for your leadership and for your stewardship to the judiciary in Lagos State and what to stand for. To our uncle, Dr. Ayola Oba Chudeko, we cannot thank you enough. Thank you so very, very much for all the great things you are doing. And like everybody had said, it is a time also for our alumni to raise the bar. It's a time also for people that has passed through this high institution to come forward and to see how we all can build a bigger LASU, a bigger university that all of us will indeed be truly, really proud of. And so I want to use this opportunity to commend and thank the brand new chancellor, the new governing council that we've just sworn in, led today by Mr. Chancellor, Professor Bolawo Elias, senior advocate, and his entire team, that what we have given to you is a call that Lagosians and the entire university community will be looking at in your own governing council and raise the bar of development, of ensuring that real partnerships are built and creating an ambience where we can take this university to the enviable position, not only locally, but internationally. And I know with the capable hands that you have surrounding you, with all the team that we've created for you, the height certainly is the limit. And I want to wish you all the very, very best, you and your entire team, for agreeing to serve your states, our state at this time. And I can assure you that the state government will give you all you require, all the support to ensure that LASU remains the epitome, remains the citadel that all of us will indeed be grateful and proud of. Once again, I want to congratulate the university on the occasion of the 21st Convocation. I want to felicitate with the graduating students, the honorary award, the chancellor, the university council, and by no means a gentleman that I'll be congratulating last, the vice chancellor of this great university, a man that I have come to respect very, very well, a man that I will call him and within 3 minutes, his phone will not ring the third time before he humbly picks up, and he is always attentive, alert, and on top of issues. Professor Olariwaju Adigun Fagbon, I want to stand humbly as your visitor and say to you that I have received a tremendous support of great leadership from you in the last 1.5 years. You have stood tall. You have raised the bar of our university. You have managed human and resource. You have managed intellect together, and you have demonstrated capacity at the highest level. I certainly want to thank you. I want to commend you. I want to commend you and commend your wife and everything you stand for. You're a man that I personally have come to respect. And like the Pro-chancellor said, you will be donning your own recognition at the right time. We will look for what to call you at the right time. But you have done well. And we believe that your time, your tenure will stand in times of sun. You have done great things for our university. Professor Fagbon, thank you very, very much. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your forthrightness. Thank you for what you stand for. I want to wish you all the very, very best as you wound down in this, your very, very laudable achievement in our university. And I want to wish you a perspicuous leadership style that you have given the university, that you have given the student, and you have given the entire community. Thank you for your great work. And I want to wish you the very, very best. As I end, I cannot but thank my great LASU students. The reason why all of us are proud to have what we call a LASU today. Our students have been our beacon of hope. Our students have been a source of inspiration to us. Our students in LASU have been an epitome of what great leadership, what great student leadership it's all about. LASU has continued to show that indeed you are leading from the front. I want to thank you, each and every one of my students there. And I want to say to you, as your visitor, we will not leave you alone. LASU, we are LASU. We are proud. We are LASU. We are proud. God bless you. God bless the University of Lagos, Lagos State University. God bless the Lagos State government, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
May I request that once a convocation is declared closed by the Chancellor, we stand and remain standing until the academic procession exit the hall in reverse order. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor and pleasure to invite you to declare the convocation ceremony for the award of doctorate and honorary doctorate degrees closed.
I know it. I now declare the convocation ceremony closed.
Please remain standing as the academic procession leave the hall in reverse order. Please remain standing as the academic procession leaves the auditorium in reverse order. LASU is on the global map. LASU is an African Center of Excellence. LASU is the second best university in Nigeria, wards, and institution. That has been our story for the 24th convocation ceremony. We thank the Deputy Governor of Lagos State,